Okay, so hello, Regional Vice President. This is the first call that we've done like this. I know that our boot camp officially starts on Sunday. So we've got a 9-week boot camp over the summer holidays, every Sunday night from 8 till 9 p.m. And that's replacing our area Zooms just for the summer holidays as part of our Summer of Growth. And that's for all of you guys going region, all of the district managers going for area, and all of the consultants going for district, so everybody. So that starts this Sunday, but we just thought it would be nice just to have a bit of a call the week prior, just to kind of see where everybody's at, help everybody with maybe a business plan. I've written down a few things that I really want to share with you guys. I know Fiona's got a few things that she wants to share, and then maybe make it a little bit of an open discussion as well. So before I start, Fiona, did you want to say anything?
Just you guys have already promoted the district and area, so it's the same process. You just intensity is the same, which you have to really get ready for that. Being out of balance completely, and it actually cranks up each time. So remember, you're ready. You've been acting area manager. You guys have been there a while. You're building your teams, and more so, it's you that in the game as well, guys. So, but the intensity, the out of balance, the momentum, it notches up. So that was one thing you guys have already been through. You've done it, so you already have the t-shirt. Okay, so just realize it's that same kind of that whole thing again. Don't be scared by that. Embrace it, because you've already gone through it. I think that's a really good place to know where you're at. And also, it's just, we'll talk about, Danny's going to talk about figures and mapping things out. But also really sort of being, driving your business. It's you who wants to promote to region. And so again, it's you are bringing your team up with you. So the onus is on you here, okay? As well. So it's just making sure for me, and we'll talk about this in a minute as well, but really had to get serious about doing my daily activities. That was no question, because I had to make sure that I was opening channeling, I was having these inspired thoughts, acting on them straight away, eating healthily, getting enough sleep, and just putting yourself so you don't get sick. Because I know a lot of people when they go region, Hetty Gifford was terrible. She just, she ate gunk the whole time. So just make sure that you really sort of give yourself, you're going to be like completely crazy. I know that your house is going to be a mess. Everybody talks about giving their kids Easter eggs for 3 weeks. I don't think I wore knickers one day. I think they were inside out. I don't even know what was going on half the time. But I did make sure that I had slept, I exercised, I ate correctly. I did all my affirmations, and I made sure that I was the healthiest I could be going region.
Fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to go through some figures with you. Now, some of you guys will probably know this anyway, but I know that Stacey in particular said that she really wanted a business plan and a real structure to sort of get her teeth into. So I've kind of put together a few bits that I want to share with you all. And like with everything, Fiona's already said, you guys have gone district already, you've gone area already. So I don't need to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. We can give you ideas. I'm going to show you a structure of a business plan, but you take bits from that. Take bits and think, do you know what? Yeah, I like that. I'm going to use that. I'm not going to use that because I didn't like that. That's absolutely fine. It's not my job or Fiona's job to say this is what you have to do. We can only give you ideas, and you just pull from those ideas what you like and leave behind what you don't like. So now that you're going region, you've kind of got 3 areas to focus on with your business. And we were saying this to the people going area manager last night. When you go district, it's kind of really just you most of the time. But when you go area, all of a sudden you've got you and you've got a team, and it kind of gets a bit like spinning plates. And we were saying last night that it is literally like spinning plates. And if somebody says, well, what should I do? Should I go out and sponsor, or should I work with my team? You do both. You need to do both. You can't just do one or the other. And that's the same for you all going region. So there's 3 main areas that you almost have to be doing these spinning plates with. So you've got you and your business. And you and your business is basically your PCs, your customers, your clients, your PQB. So that's one area that you absolutely need to focus on. You can't ignore that area of your business. But then you've also got here your current team. So your current team is your central area, really. So your current team, your districts, your consultants. So you need to still be helping them as well, the people that are active in your current team. And then the third part of your business is your new business builders, so your new ICs, because you'll remember this, when you went area, you probably didn't go to area with the same people that took you to district. It's different every single time. So when you go region, your team needs to expand, it needs to be bigger. So yes, you've got your current team. So let's say that the first spinning plate, number one, is your current team that you need to focus on. Then number two is your PQVs, your customers, your clients. And then the third element is your new team, so your region, because you're not. I am yet to meet anybody that's gone region with the same people that went area with. So you need to go wider and be sponsoring more people as well. So those are kind of like the three areas that you really need to work on, putting energy into and focus into. Now, when you've got your current team now, what I would suggest is, if you haven't already, go on SoundCloud, and I'll share this call as well, and find Donna Johnson's call called Bubble Chart Training. And she basically talks about how to find out who in your current team is active or wanting to become active again. And she gives you great scripts on how to go back to your team and find out exactly where people are. So I'll share that as well. But for the purpose of this call, it's called Bubble Chart Training, and that's by Donna Johnson on the SoundCloud. Okay, so the numbers. I'm going to show you the numbers. To go into Region Qual, you need 40,000 QV to go into qualification, minimum. That's the minimum. And if you've got an area in your team already, hang on, let me come back to that 1 second. You also need 10,000 QV in your central area. So if you're like Carol has Caroline in her team, who is an area, so both areas. So for Carol to go Region Qual, she needs a total of 40,000, but she also needs to make sure that her central area is 10,000 as well. So if Carol's central area is only 9,000, you won't go Region Qual. Does that make sense? Yeah. So your central area also has to be 10,000, and that's included in the 40. So Carol, you could do 30. There could be 30 in your whole region, and your central area does 10. That's absolutely fine, as long as you've got 10 going through your central area.
So, but sorry, Caroline's not in my central at all. So to go into Qual, I'd make sure that 10,000 is in my central
area.
Yeah. And then 20,000 would be any district managers, and does that count? And all the rest. Where does Caroline's bit come into it? Sorry.
So Caroline's QV can count towards you going into qualification. So when Laura went into region, she could take from me, but she needed to make sure that her central area had 10,000 in. So you can take everything to go into qualification, but your central area has to be a minimum of 10.
Why is she not in her central area?
Because Caroline's promoted to area manager. So for you, Natalie, when Chloe goes area, you can take all of her QV to region, but because she's the same level as you, you get capped on taking everything. You can't take everything from her. So when you go into Region Qual, and when Chloe is an area manager, you need to make sure your central area is 10,000 QV outside of Chloe.
So not Chloe at all.
No.
Chloe will count towards the total, which is your success line.
Yeah, but not the central area.
Yeah. So did anyone go area and had a district manager already?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I did. So
yes.
So I went to area with myself and Kelly Bromley bonusing. So I was capped on only taking 10,000 QB from her over the whole qualification period, which is probably going to confuse things right now. But I think what Danny's trying to say is you can't do 9,000 in your central area and Caroline do 31,000 and be in Region Qual, even though your success line is 40,000. You have to be and maintain at least area manager. But don't worry about that because you absolutely will.
No. I'm a little sorry. It's probably not the right part to. I thought I could only take 10,000 in total from Caroline's area.
Not for region. No, not for region.
Oh.
You can take 40. So you can basically take 40,000 from your area managers over the whole qualification period.
But 10,000 has to be my central.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on. Sorry.
So does everybody understand going into qual, just while we're on qual?
That's going into qual. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so to complete, so if you want to complete region over 2 months, you need, it is 96, isn't it? Is it 98 or 96?
96.
Sorry. Do you know what? I've written 98 on my notes. So silly. Yeah, I know, I'm looking, I'm like, it doesn't look right. Okay, so over 2 months, it's 96,000 in total. And anyone that's got an area in their team, you can take 40 maximum from them. Once you've took 40 from them, you can't take any more. So 96,000 in total to complete, and you can take 40 from your area in your team. So for Natalie, that would be Chloe when she goes area. For Carol, that would be Caroline.
In total over the whole qualification period?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you do it over 3 months, then the total then is 120,000.
Hang on.
So 120,000. And again, you can only take 40 from your area per area that you've got in your team. So if anybody by this point that has maybe 2 areas, you can still only take 40 from each area in total. And you need to make sure that your central area has 10,000 in the month you go into qual and the month you complete as well. So just about the numbers on going into qual and completing region. Does anyone have any questions?
No.
Okay. Right.
So just on that central quickly. So if we did do it over 3 months, it would just be the first and the third month that we need 10,000 in our central area.
I believe that's correct. Fiona, can you confirm or not?
Yeah, that is correct. However, your pickup credit will be a total of 40,000 from that your first generation area. But again, I will say if you're looking at a 3-month stint, Rebecca, it's a massive ask for you.
Yeah, you might just do it over 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both, Danny and I have said this, and we repeated it in both Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night calls. So we had the consultancy district and it's just Erin, you guys from area to region. We both said, well, you know, we've always promoted and always will say that when you promote 2 months is a lot. I know, Stacey, you did 3 for area. But you already knew come that 3rd month, you know, it was sort of there anyway, and people stepping up the pace. But it takes so much out of you anyway that you might as well keep that energy as high as you can for 2 months rather than 3, because it's a huge stretch to do it over 3. I mean, it gets bigger, you know, as you promote up as well. So, yeah, I would always recommend to Rebecca.
It just makes sense to maximise on the fact that you can only take 40,000 from each of your success line areas maximum, irrespective of whether you do it over 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So that's what makes the most sense, is you're maximising how much you can get from your areas, because that doesn't change, does it?
No. No, strong or weak areas, it doesn't change.
Okay, so then the next bit that I put together is breaking it down. So however you break this down is completely your choice. So how I break mine down is broken down into the 150. So for me, the average purchase for me from PCs and for consultants is 150 QB. Now your average purchase from your customers, from your business builders might be more, it might be less. So you need to work this out based on what your averages are. So my averages are 150. So I'm going to show you the plan that I've done for region based on what my average shop, if you like, being a 150 QB for them. So if I was going to be going for region, I need 96,000 over 2 months. I totally echo what Fiona says, go for 2 months. Absolutely. If something happens in that 2nd month and you need to go into the 3rd month, at least you've got it there. But if you plan your business plan and spread it over 2 months, you're going to set yourself up for much better success. And then at least you've then got that back up if you needed it. So I personally would plan for 2 months, which is 96,000. Now divide that by the 2 months. That makes 48,000 in 1 month. 48,000 in the 2nd month. So let's say that we're going to go into qualification. Let's say in August and September we're going to complete. Obviously these dates might be different for you guys and whatever your plan is. So I'm aiming for 48,000 for qualification and then 48,000 for completion. So if I was to break this down into the average spend, which is 150 QV, that means in my entire to be region, over the 2 months, I need 640 people making a 150 QV purchase. Now, when I say 640 people, that is your entire region with ICs, current ICs and new ICs, current PCs and new PCs, and then clients that you might do events and workshops for. Now, that obviously sounds like a big, massive number, but then what I do is then I break it down even more. So if I'm looking to become a regional vice president, I'm looking for spreading it over 2 months. I need 640 eyeballs on the business presentation, making an order of 150. So I'm going to break it down more than that. So 640. So if we are going to split that over 2 months, then that makes it 320 people in August, and then 320 people in September. And again, this is spread throughout the whole team, not just personally. And then if we break that down into weekly, that's 80 people a week. And then if we break that down to daily, that's 11 people a day. And again, that's spread between you and your whole team. So that's not you, just you personally. So what I'm looking for is 11 purchases a day throughout the whole region to be doing a 150 order. So if I was to have that as my business plan, then that means I'm going to be a regional vice president if I'm aiming for 11 purchases a day. So that is how I would kind of structure that, and just know that some people are going to spend more than 150, some people spend less, and your averages might be absolutely different. We had Caroline on the call last night, and she said her average spend was 500. So that means obviously less people. Some people have a less. So whatever your team average is, you'll be able to sit down and work this out for what's right for you and your team. So a couple of last top tips before I hand over to Fiona. You want to be aiming to Roger by mid-month. So all area managers, which means you need 10,000 QV in your central area by mid-month. That's one massive goal I'd be going for. You want to be DM bonusing every single month. And for anyone that doesn't know what their DM bonus is, that's 5,000 QV in your central district plus 5 newbies. And those newbies need to do a 150 order at least, and they can be consultants or PCs. So that's your DM bonus. And you want to be going for your AM bonus as well. So if anyone that doesn't know what the AM bonus is, that is 20,000 QV in your central area, and that's 10 newbies. And the newbies can be consultants or PCs. They have to do their 150. Any questions on the bonuses there? No, everyone gets that.
No.
Perfect. Okay, so that's pretty much just a couple of last bits, but that's pretty much all the numbers from me. So I've written down, I actually wrote this down, but Fiona's already said it, keep your energy high. Your energy needs to be kept high. So I echo what Fiona said about trying to eat healthily, doing things around your house that keep your energy high. So some people think that meditation keeps their energy higher, salt lamps.
Lots of sex. Sorry.
That might work for some people.
I agree, Natalie. I took your tip on board last month.
But just be careful because you might end up pregnant. So just be really careful.
I highly recommend go and have a bloody gong bath. It was phenomenal.
A what bath?
A gong.
What's a gong bath?
Yes.
What's a gong bath?
The sound bath, and it heightens your energy. It works on the sort of like, it's phenomenal. Research it. Just go have one.
I know. When Gary comes home, we're going to float. Nice. You're going like we're doing the flotation when he gets back.
This is like the guy's got like a massive cymbal, or the girl, whoever does it, and they just, it's the different noises, and they work on different parts of the gong. And it's just phenomenal. I had my first ever one, and it blew my mind. Are
you in a bath while this is happening?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were in a bath.
No, it is phenomenal. It's sound. What they mean is sound. So instead of it being water, it's sound. But it's phenomenal. Completely like mind blowing.
I'm gonna make a note of this gong bath.
Yeah, it is phenomenal.
Okay.
And burn lots of essential oils as well if you can.
I do that all the time. Yeah.
Anything that can raise your energy, so exercise, getting up and doing your miracle morning. I mean, Fiona can tell you more, but anything.
Affirmations.
You need
the
to
self-esteem ones are phenomenal. Yeah.
If your energy dips, you're gonna see that reflect in your QV. So you need to find ways that are going to keep you at a really high energy level. So that's pretty much everything from me. So I'm going to hand over to Fiona, and then we'll have a bit of a discussion afterwards.
Okay, thanks, Danny. Okay, so look at what you have right now in your team, okay? So across the three, you've got obviously your own preferred clients and clients. You've got your team, and then you've got new people in the pipeline who you've obviously been prospecting or look at coming on board. So number one, as you get to control your business, your growth, you know, your activity and your attitude, increase your own personal development and also the activity as well. So you are cranking up your pace. Okay, that is absolutely you know, you have to. Okay, and you know you've done this going area as well. Okay, so but the team needs, you know, to, you know, you've got to really let the team know you are that visionary, that leader, and you've got to let them know the vision for your team. Okay, the growth. It's you leading this. Ask them, you know, to be really honest with you and to what can they give, you know, and really like set up. I kind of like, you guys don't know this anyway, but your own team WhatsApp group or Messenger, and commit to always keeping them, you know, like every day do a little video or do a little, you know, let them know the QV, this is where we're at, you know, so your energy can raise your team's energy as well. So I think it's important to engage them and to let them know, you know, and it's great to have those cheerleaders. Oh my God, you'll have one or two key players in your team who really will want to step up the pace with you. And they're the ones who are really going to help you because, you know, for me, I knew that, you know, obviously not region, but for me, you know, I mean, I had my key player, my one key player going region was Zoe, okay, because she went area. And then the key player for me for going nation was Nikki. So I remember, Annie, I think you were, so you were really Zoe's key player to go region. There's one person. So can you connect with one person in your team? I know you had the Creed. Stacey, who's your one? Because you spoke about
D.
Sorry, D. Yeah, and she's
coming round like nearly every night. What do I do? She's phenomenal.
Oh, when you have somebody says, you know what do you need me to do? And you can count on me to do this. And you know what? It's like, what else do we need? What do we need? What do we need? And I tell you what, I know Danny Coppola told me about, she had someone in her team who literally, like, AM bonus, she was a new AM and she bonus because she just was, they were like this all the way to the end. So if you can get an accountability within your team, somebody who's gonna just massively shout from the rooftops. Yeah. Because it's all very well you
in 2 DMs this month as well.
Perfect. Yeah.
There's so much to go area qual. That's the idea.
Yeah. It's so much better coming from a third party. You know, we use tools, we use products, we use, you know, CDs, videos, clips, whatever. So having another person who is picking the team up on your behalf, that's what you want. Okay, who's really taking kind of your wingman, you know, who's saying, come on guys, we've got this together, you know, we're so deserve to be a region, you know, we've worked so hard at this, you know, let's get, you know, so there's like a secret, you get them to a secret region group, you know, on the sidelines, you know, okay, get photos in, this is what, you know, this is the car presentation. So they've, you know, so people are thinking it's already happening as well. I would definitely encourage that. It just is great. You don't feel so much like it's just you kind of like doing it by yourself, because you shouldn't be doing it by yourself. I would definitely get a key player to help you out. Okay, so then I would find that, you know, you've got to have these no matter what goals to set for people. And really being honest and asking them and finding that, you know, that trust with your team. Are we ready? Can we do it? So having some really grown-up conversations with people, you know, individually, and rallying up the team. You know, whether that, you know, a once a week Zoom, but keeping people really in the know-how. I think that's so important. Don't lose people along the way, because I know you're going to be massively busy. if you can, like, you know, who's ready to promote in your team? Because I know we've been doing this growth now, so it's 9 weeks of summer growth, and what we've done is by everybody promoting together, we're looking for you guys to go region, okay, and Danny to go nation. That's the whole point of getting everybody jumping on the bandwagon at the same time. That's what we're looking to achieve over the summer. That's why we were like, okay, let's clean cut these in the WhatsApp. Let's get people who want to be in there. Let's, you know, who are focused. So it's to help all of us, all of you guys, to get there. So again, I think it's about really, you know, sort of like, because people, you know, if they say they're going to do something, you know, just, you know that not everybody's going to show up on parade. That's okay. But I do believe if you have one or two key players, it will be enough for you. Go out there and start sponsoring and crank up your level of activity. I decided, I know it's a bit different, but even going region, I was similar to going nation. I really cranked up my sponsoring, really did. So I had, you know, like, for you guys on the call here, and Dan, it'd be interesting to know what your business looked like going into region. You know, I mean, I had then, so I had 4 DMs, I think, or 3.
I had four DMs. That was it.
So none of us had an area, you see, guys.
Jen was my first area when I went region.
And Zoe was mine. So, you know, so don't worry about the fact you feel like you have to have lots more people. It is quality over quantity, and it's your decision to that matches that.
Sorry, that was 4 wide DMs. Sorry, I did have more DMs. Sorry, that was 4 wide.
How many DMs did you have?
Probably about 8 in total.
So you were looking. I had DMs for longer, so whereas my business wasn't so fast as you, Danny, so they were had been in the business a while, had worked in the business for a while, so I was getting, like, I think Krista did 3,500, you know, so they were established, which was fine because, you know, they weren't a brand new district panicking, if that makes sense. So I think you know, we always hear this scenario of having 4 areas. It's great, but it's you know, really, when you decide, it doesn't matter what your business looks like right now, you will create that because you made that decision. The doors will open for you along the way. The right people, opportunities, circumstances. So I think don't be afraid that you don't feel like your business is ready yet. If you're ready, if you've grown bigger than your business, it will happen for you.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed, because I've had so many people come out of nowhere. So, like, I met a lady a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, lost her business card, spoke to her in the shop, and I was like, you know, I just want to say that you look absolutely beautiful. And she really did. And she was like, thanks. I was like, what do you do? She's like, oh, I'm a beauty therapist. I was like, oh, that, you know, that speaks volumes. You look amazing. Recognised her accent. She was Polish. I was like, can I have your card? I'm actually looking to get a manicure, pedicure. Hence, I got one today. She's a perfectionist. So she went home with some samples from the business, and we're meeting tomorrow, and I've just added her into the group because she wants to know about the business. I'm getting a decision from a lady from Russia tomorrow that I met, amazing, Olga. She's very, very on the edge of saying yes to the business. First, she just wanted products, but now she's looking at the business. All these people are coming out of nowhere. It's just crazy. It's like you said, when you're ready, you're ready. But I had a coaching call with Anita, and I told her my plans. And she said to me about doing the 10 times rule. So whatever I want, it's the 10x rule. So I'm going to read that book. So I'm aiming for 48,000, so it'd be 480,000. What do you guys think of that?
Why not? It's not going to do you any harm going for a bigger goal.
Yeah.
In the long run.
Yeah, you know, if it feels right for you, then that is right for you. It may not be right for everyone, Stacey, but if that is your feeling, if your gut is saying that's where I want to be. And I think sometimes we guys don't overcomplicate this.
No.
Okay?
No.
Really, because what happens is the numbers are big. So what people tend to do is they tend to, you know, it's like there's a little panic mode going on there. Really, you know what, you can break it into 48,000. You've got 4 weeks. So literally your minimum is 40,000. Okay. In my mind, if I hit 40,000, I wasn't a region qualification. It had to be 48 minimum. That's where I came into the month, and that's where I ended up on about 49,000, because there was no way I was going to shouted out that I was in regional qual on 40,000 because my goal was to do it for 2 months, and that's where I set the pace, you know. So I think the more you can be specific about this and really, you know, write that down, have that, you know, we know all about this, have it all around us, but it's not, okay, it's, you know, if I just get 40,000, no. It's if you're doing this over 2 months, it's 48,000, then you are regional qual, okay? And your business is going where it needs to go. So if you're doing 10,000 a week to get you 40,000, cranking up that extra 8. So that would be cranking the 4 weeks. So you've got 2, 4, 6, 8. So you're doing 12, 12, 12, 12. Okay, 4 weeks of 12. Okay, so keep it simple. So that means, like, Danny's broken into one person, or, you know, how many people a day on the 150. I like to chunk mine more. I'm more about launching new people, getting chunks of parties. You know, look at my QV. This is how my brain deals with it, and there's no right or wrong, guys. We're just giving ideas here. So I know that for a launch, I can get between 500 to 2,000, you know, and I can. So, you know, so if I'm doing that bigger amount, you know, if I'm then launching people off the back of that, and I know other people in my team are launching other people, you know, if I'm getting an area manager to pop out, you know, then I can guarantee, I can think, okay, so they're doing the 12 there, you know, so that is already 1 week. On. Now I'm looking at doing 10, 20, you know, 12, 12, 12. So that's now, where do I find that? But that's that per week, per person, per sale. You know what? I think as well, the 30 days to healthy living, I upsold. That's what I did as well. So I would upsell. You know, I'm not going to just sell a primer. I'm going to always sell a minimum of 3 for that person just as they want a primer at a party or whatever. So I would say, how about a foundation, and you can get your third gift at, you know, like 35% discount or whatever. So I'm always playing with these figures. I know that an ASVP is worth 375 QV. So if I sell 10, that means that's 3,750. So if I get 5, you know, if I then look at that each week, you know, if I sell, you know, if I'm looking for people to, like 5 people to come on board, and I'm getting all the consultants in my team to find their 5, this is from Peyton Mott, you know, and I've got 5, 5, 5, 5, great. Okay, so that's the, you know, health and wellness side of my game. I'm in the bag with that. And I, you know, so it's just about thinking of bigger, you know, more exposures, more QV, upsell, and, you know, and more sponsoring, and more kind of like, so you have more impact, you're driving that, and your team as well will match you guys. They will step up with you. They don't really have a choice, because they'll be feeding on this stuff. Okay. Yeah. Any questions about that?
Well, when I was just thinking about what you were saying, Fiona, and like numbers and things like this, and when I went area, I didn't, and this goes completely against everything that people say, and, you know, I didn't look at numbers once. I knew in my head the number that I wanted to achieve, which was higher than what I knew I needed. I knew that in my head, and I had that figure in my head, but I didn't track. I just got myself to a place where I was in this abundance of love, energy, and everything, and just knew that it would happen. So this whole numbers thing is completely new to me, and planning and working it down and whittling it down, because I just knew, and I just believed, and I trusted, and I just went with it, and I got myself, more than anything, just completely and utterly active. Like, I was just unstoppable when I went area. So I'm a bit like, do I get myself to that point again because it worked, or do I try something different?
I would do what worked for you before.
Me too. Yeah,
Right.
I would do the same, Natalie. I wouldn't overthink it. I wouldn't overcomplicate it. I would
numbers for me bog me down, and it stresses me. Whereas I'd rather just get myself to a place where I'm just like, I'm unstoppable. It's happening. I don't care, whatever. Because I know then that I can do it, and I'll believe, and nothing will tamper with that thought, and nothing will come in that way. And I'll do everything possible to just know that I'll get there, rather than think, right, oh my God, I need this. And for me, when I went area, because of that reason, and I wasn't focusing on numbers, everything that I did, and I mean everything, so whether it was a new IC, whether it was a new a new preferred client, anything, it came from a place of love, because I genuinely wanted them to join the business, not for any other reason than giving me points to make up to whatever I needed. It was genuinely because I knew it would be good for them, or I knew I could help them.
I think you should definitely do that again, but also bear in mind that there'll be people in your team that are just like you, and totally give them the advice that you've taken and you've obviously done, but then there'll be other people in your team that aren't.
I know, yeah.
Making sure that everybody is going with what their gut tells them. You can already tell your gut's telling you to do what you did before, and you 100% have to do that. You have to go with what your gut tells you to do.
Okay, right, that's fine.
I love that, Natalie, because that's a great, that's another way about the business. And I do, if I look at, sort of going district and area, I was much more on a whim like that. Probably region to a certain extent too. Going nation was a whole different kettle of fish for me.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
So it's great, and I would say do that because it worked before and it'll work again. What will happen? What will happen? I mean, I suppose what I love about this is that people who need the points, who need direction, you can help them with this in your team.
Yeah.
So if your squares and your triangles will be very much focused on this, the squiggles and circles won't. They'll just come from this. Not really. It looks like they don't really know what they're doing, but they certainly do because they do it. They just don't need to overcomplicate or overthink it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's the same for me. It was like with Natalie. It was like I knew I was going to do it. But at the end, I did track my numbers right at the end. But I knew that it was going to happen anyway. But I feel different about region. I feel that definitely I need the energy. And I've got that energy because I'm off the ripple of last month, the sort of roller coaster of momentum. But I also know I need to know my numbers because I know I've got a lot of people in the team that need to know their numbers. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I need to know the numbers so I can give the numbers. That's why I was on the area and the district call. Because I know I've got a lot of people on the team.
You've done a triple whammy?
So,
You've done a triple whammy on the Zooms?
Yeah. Because I've got people that I needed to break it down because I've got a lot of people that need it broken down. D is one that needs it in front of her, in numbers, so she knows what she needs to achieve.
This is why you guys are going to be regions, because it stops being just about what benefits you. It's then all of a sudden it's okay, this is how I work best, but Joe Blogs over there, they need the numbers, and so Sally over there, she does not want to hear any numbers. And it's literally like knowing your team and giving them the best that they need. That's why you guys are all going to be regions, because you're thinking about.
And Christy is the same. Christy needs numbers. Yeah, they need numbers, they need plans, they need to know what they got to do. So that's why, I need to know what I've got to do too, definitely. But like Natalie, I go, numbers.
It scares the hell out of me.
Yeah. But I must admit, I don't feel so scared about this. Has anyone read the 10X rule? I've not read that yet.
Yeah, I've read it.
No, I haven't.
No. So I was going to give it a read and see how I felt, but because obviously every book.
Grant Cardone, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good old Danny the bookworm.
And I'll tell you what, anyone who's wanting to read a book, The Big Leap, I keep calling it The Big Fish, but it's not.
Right, Big Leap. I need to absolutely immerse myself into personal development massively because I've had a bit of a head block.
Yeah. The Big Leap is amazing. It's about getting past that. It's about getting past that barrier that you've got. So when you get to a certain point and you keep getting pushed back, you can't quite get past that point. And that's what I was like at district. I got district and I felt stuck at district. Obviously, I did the Louise L. Hay self-esteem affirmations because that was a big thing for me, my confidence. The Makel's Miracles and the Louise L. Hay You Can Heal Your Life. But that Big Leap book was really good about explaining upper limits and what you have to do to go past that, just breaking through it. So that was really good.
Who's that by, Stacey?
I'll never know. Hold on.
Oh, don't worry, I'll find it. The Big Leap, yeah.
It's got 2 fish bowls on it.
Right,
2 fish jumping out. Yeah, that's why I keep calling it The Big Fish.
Rebecca, how's your team? How's your region structure looking? How are you feeling about everything about growing to region?
I think I've got over the fact that we've just lost a whole leg. And I'm ignoring that now because I got really focused. Obviously, I've got 3 districts that I thought were going to area, and that changed. And I think listening to these calls and listening to people who have actually gone to region, you don't need that 4 structure, which I've got so obsessed about, having me and 3 other areas promoting at the same time. I mean, that's the ideal, of course, but actually it doesn't need to happen like that. And I think now that I've realised that, I think it's going to be much easier for me to just concentrate on getting new, because I definitely need a lot of new blood. But I know that now, so I can just get out there and do it. Katie Dicon, who obviously, Danny, you came down for the car presentation, she went to region and she only had 1 area and she had 16 district managers. That's it. So, if I can just concentrate on getting, it's easy enough.
That's a lot of districts, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean
that is a lot of districts.
They're not all directs. They were just so her directs are probably 3 or 4. It's just that there's been a really good duplication within her business. So she had 3 or 4 direct districts and 1 area, and then they have obviously duplicated. So she's got quite a lot of, and that's the key bit, isn't it? That's what I need to concentrate on, is getting the 2 people that are really keen to go area on board, and then getting a load of new blood in. But I think the thing is, I got stuck because I got stuck at district for such a long time, and when new people come on board, I think I'm limiting them moving forward. And actually, there's no reason why people can't get to district within a couple of months if they've got the activity going on. And I think that's just reframing that can be the journey really for people, or should be the journey.
Well, because I had one girl, she joined, went district 2 months. I had one lady, D, who went district qual once, dropped out the business, came back and did, as soon as she came back, she done district in 2 months. Her goal was to do it by the end of August, and she'd done it last month. She couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, it's like not putting my any limitations on what new consultants can do. I spoke to Aldis Loreno today, and she said to me,
you had that coaching call?
Yeah, it's amazing. She was incredible, and we stripped back the business. She basically tore apart what I was doing in a really nice, constructive way. But she was like, what you're doing is you're effectively pulling a Band-Aid off really slowly. Because, I do 4 launches over a month, and, it's all very relaxed. She was like, get 4 launches in 10 days, don't fuck about, just get on with it, rip that Band-Aid off, and it's going to produce momentum. People around them are going to be like, what's going on? They've just started their business. So really heavily launch them much harder.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I thought that. So I spoke to my new consultant today. I was like, right, can we get 4 events in the next 10 days? She's like, yeah. To be fair, there's not many of them that do that, but that's the whole point, is them realising that actually the ones that I'm Mother Teresa-ing, who aren't going to do sweet FA, I need to just, let them do their own thing and concentrate on the people that want to do what we need to do.
But what I love about Danny, she's always taught me as well, is if you've only got a certain amount of days you can work your business, have 3 launches in that day, have a coffee morning, have a happy healthy hour, and do a nighttime one. I love that with Danny, and I love that when she taught me that, I was like, bloody hell, it's 1 day and 3 parties. Like, that's just amazing. Yeah, I've never thought of that. So,
and then you pass out at the end.
Yeah.
Or you throw up in the car from a migraine.
Yeah, or that. So just before we move on, Rebecca, from you then, how are you feeling about your region? Are you like a numbers person, or are you more like a, I'm just going to lean into universe type of person with your region?
I think I'm probably a bit more numbery. Yeah, I like to see it and work it out. But actually, I probably need to be more like throw myself into the universe and just go with it. So for me, like with Natalie, I definitely need to immerse myself. So that's that big leap really resonated with me when Stacey said about it. That's the exact thing that I need to read at the moment.
Me too.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I've absolutely loved this call, and then I've missed you all so much.
Oh.
When I saw you, Natalie, I was like, oh, it's Natalie. Yeah, I love these calls because all of you are just phenomenal, and I just feel so privileged to be among you guys now that I'm finally in area.
Okay, right, let's hear from Carol then. Carol, how are you feeling about going region, and anything you want to share, anything at all that you want to just talk about?
I'm a bit excited now after this call. Well, I was excited anyway, but I am contemplating on sponsoring. My PQV is always really high anyway, so I'm quite confident that side, and my central as well. So just sponsor. Starting my Miracle Morning, I'm absolutely shattered. I don't know if you can see. But I'm sticking with it, and I already feel a lot higher energy just from the 3 days of the Miracle Morning already. And yes, I don't know what else to say. Got anything else to say?
How are you feeling about going region? Are you like a numbers person, or are you just going to like lean into the universe?
No, I'm not a numbers. I'm an activity person. So as long as I'm doing the most I can do, there's nothing else I can do, and the numbers will come. And I was like that with area, you know, and also because Richard's not here and I can't get out, I literally in my diary have highlighted activity like up until October, and then I fill it in. And as long as all my free activity is filled in, there's nothing else I can do. As long as I'm doing the personal development and I'm doing the tracker that I've got up there, as long as I'm doing everything that I've been guided or asked to do, then I'm confident that it will happen. It will happen.
You know what I'm loving about this is that no one here is thinking, because I remember when you hear it, you know, oh my God. So obviously, because you've been in an area and your qual is just slightly higher than your maintenance, and the same thing for going region, you know, when it's like, okay, so if I get there, how will I maintain? I haven't once heard that. And that is such a breath of fresh air, because you don't need to worry about that. The universe will deliver it to you because you already are there. That makes sense, okay? Even though it's not showing up in your business right now, because it's just a matter of just stepping in from here to the ether. So I'm really proud of all of you, because, you know, not one has come up with this, like, you know, when I get there, you know, you're all going, I'm going to get there. You know, how I get there is, your job is the why, not the how, right? So again, whatever you've got to do, and like you say, if you know you're doing everything, guided, inspired activity, you know, that inspired in spirit, where is that coming from? It doesn't feel like it's hard work, you know, it's grind, because you're just there, you know, you're just in that zone and that mindset. And you're just, it's like a magnet. I want you to be, imagine you're a magnet and a force, and you really, you know, people's magnet are not strong enough. They're not pulling it in enough. So I want you to really feel yourself like from your gut, you know, just pulling that intensity, where you're just pulling in that QV, you know, high QV, high energy, and pulling that in and really feel that and connect with that. And, you know, feel your affirmations, not just saying it. You know, you guys know this as well, but I really feel like a magnet, you know, it's like, and I'm the most powerful magnet I can allow myself to be. I'm just bringing that in all the time.
I did have a question about the, I can't remember which one of you said it, about rallying in your team and, you know, telling them what your plan is and asking them what they're going to bring. And I do, everything happens for a reason. And for the first, I don't know what, the first time ever, I feel so close to all of them. We've built up such a connection, and I feel now I'm ready to, you know, we can move forward, and they can all feel it as well. But what I can't feel is, you know, we are a region, but it's very much Caroline's area and my area. And although I'm constantly in communication with them, and I feel like I'd have to just have my directs and then their teams. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I had the same. Zoe.
Because that's just the way it is, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I feel like I'm not allowed that connection with them without.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what, leaders, those type of, so you know, the Caroline, Zoe, they're very, you can just rest assured they're going to get on with it.
Yeah.
And they do, and I know because your circle, Carol.
Yeah, I'm a little. Yeah.
So it's important for us relationships, isn't it? It's important to feel this kind of likeness and want and just, it's like love, the big hug circle, arms going on.
Yeah.
And actually, it's in a way, you know what? It's funny because she will grow with her team. You'll always benefit from that in a way.
Of course, yeah.
And I know what you're saying. And you know what? It's just a thought that you just let that go and just go with the right feeling with your team.
Yeah, the feeling is my directs and theirs, and we're still. I mean, we're very much partnership. Caroline and I are a very strong partnership, and she still calls me 3 times a day and is asking millions of questions, and that's brilliant. But her team is her team, and my team's my team. We're all one team, if you know what I mean. But I feel as if I can't call this big. If I was now to say, can we have a Zoom call this week? I want to tell you all and announce. There wouldn't, it would just be, it would feel a bit wrong.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Does that understand?
But no, that absolutely sounds right. But obviously then it's just you working with Caroline and getting her to get that team involved in the bigger picture, which is Goan Region. Because collectively they're going to have their part, aren't they?
Yeah.
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 Because they are her team. At the end, they are,
Yeah.
So, but I'm sure she'll do everything that she wants to do to help you collectively get there. So,
yeah, perhaps it would just be I would involve Caroline in my direct Zoom call, and then Caroline will feed to her area. I think that's the best way.
Yeah,
and that's interesting, you see, because that is Goan Region. Because what happens is, so Danny and I being the district, consultants district areas, their concern is more about what people think about them on the outside. You'll learn stepping into region shoes. It's actually about your own leaders.
Yeah.
It's not even about the outside. They can think what they want. Who freaking cares? But it's your own people. And it's a whole different world because it's like, it's like it's right. It's a harder mindset. It's a harder one to deal with. Because of the amount of effort, whatever's gone on there. And so this is definitely why you're Goan Region. Because you're now not outside, isn't it anymore? It's the inside, and that's a massive learning curve. So you're on that, so it's a good sign.
Now I'm very, very, very excited. I've got that same kind of sickening headache thing going on in my head constantly, like I did going to area. So it's happening. It's definitely happening. Just need to keep moving with it all.
Fabulous. Okay, right, we'll go to Jen. Just so everybody knows, because everybody's on the call, I'm not going to be loading this to YouTube. I'll just load it privately just so that us guys can see it, because there's no one else that needs to see it, because we're all on it.
I didn't want to say anything.
The only reason I question it is because you said in the WhatsApp that you'd stop the recording, so I wasn't sure if you were aware.
I know, I've just left it, but no one else needs to see it because we're all on it.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, Jen, how's everything going for you in your region?
Yeah, good. Yeah, really good, thank you. Don't really know what else to say. I've sort of been through all the peaks and troughs with it, I guess, because I've been area now for 2 years. So,
you went and Rogered, Jen. Hello, you Rogered.
Exactly. I've sort of it's been a journey. It's been, oh God, I've loved it. Absolutely loved being an area manager, and I feel like I've learned what I've needed to learn at this level. Now I'm ready to move on.
Can I just say, Jen?
Yeah.
Like when I first knew you, and I got to know you, I already thought you as a regional vice president. You behave and act and do
me too.
as a regional vice president. And I think I've said that to you before. I've never seen you as an area manager. I've only ever seen you as a regional vice president.
Oh,
and nation, obviously, but
yeah,
that was my first thought. That Jen's region.
I think for me, it's just been, I've always known it in my heart. It's just figuring out what I need to do to get there and what I need to learn, really. So I think my coach has helped me loads. It's been good. It's been good. Yeah, I'm just now working. Whereas before I was like sponsor, and I was sort of adding people in, always nervous to to kind of be too direct. Now I'm just like, I'm here to help you achieve your goals. You're telling me these are your goals. This is what we're going to do to achieve them. And people are saying to me now, like, it has been uncomfortable to start off with, like saying, like, why are you not speaking to people? You're saying you want to be a district manager. This is what it takes to be a district manager. This is what it's going to take to be an area manager. And now people are saying, oh, thank you so much. So I've done a launch today with a girl who didn't really want to speak to people about the business. She was always really nervous. So I'm like, well, why not? Like, come on, let's do this launch. And she did. She had 7 people on that Facebook Live launch, which is incredible. And she's so grateful now that I've pushed her and, like, obviously encouraged her to do that, because, you know, that she wants to be a district manager, and she's saying, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do 3,000 QB this month, and then, but I don't want to speak to anybody. I'm like, it's not going to happen. You can either increase your activity and follow a plan, or lower your goal, but it's completely up to you. So now I'm just like, I'm still looking to sponsor more consultants in, but work with them. And also, I've just had a message, not sure if that froze me. Build my foundation stronger, so sponsor people in, get them started quick, and I'm more confident about that now. Like, I'm quite happy to say I've been to a startup meeting today. I sponsored a girl who went into district manager last month, Catherine Wilkinson. She sponsored a consultant yesterday. We went today to sort out her launches, and we've got 5 launches booked in before a week on Sunday. And she'll go into DM Qual this month. Catherine will be finishing, and then Abby will definitely be finishing either this month or next month. So I feel like it's almost like before I was building a tree, like growing a tree, and all my tree had the branches on, but it didn't have any leaves. And now I feel like I've figured out I need to put some leaves on the trees as well as have more branches. My life's absolutely crazy at the minute. I've had to hire a cleaner today because hoovered up today, and I realised I can't remember the last time I hoovered up. Poor Danny is like literally a single dad at the minute. And like eating wise, like you're saying about eating well, like I've been having 2 shakes a day and like stuff, whatever can grab. Like, so some of it's been good, and other stuff has been like vegan crisps and snacks and bits. So I do need to concentrate on that. But if Danny's not cooked it for me, I'm literally just grabbing whatever I can. So I need to work on that, definitely. But yeah, I just feel like I'm ready. But before, I was completely concentrating, literally area manager completed, I was concentrating on 48. That was like stuck around everywhere. That's all that consumed me, like 48,000. And I didn't realise this, and it's only really working with my coach that I realised that I couldn't see how I was going to do that. In my head, it was such a big jump, and I got caught up. Like, the month would go well at the beginning of the month, and I'd be like, oh God, you know, how am I going to bring in another 24,000 QB? I'm just, in my head, I didn't think that I'd be able to do it. Completely freaked out when Kelly Bromley promoted to area. So like, I was completely not ready before. But now I'm like totally embracing it all. Going back to the figures, I'm not even gonna, I think what Natalie said about checking the figures all the time, like, I don't know whether that's something that will work for me, although obviously aiming for those big figures. And for me, I really want to concentrate on helping people become district managers in areas. I think in my head, if I can do that rather than concentrate on this massive amount of QV, I think that will be the way forward for me. And also not thinking about the how, like just knowing that if I'm in this activity and my energy is high, even if the activity I'm doing doesn't produce any QV, the QV is on its way to me somehow, whether it's an ex-consultant thinking, oh, I need to buy the RE9 set, but I would never, it's the little things like that that you just don't think about, which has happened to me. Like last month, people just put in like random orders that I wasn't expecting, even though I was really busy last month as well. I might not have got all the QV from the activity I was doing myself. The energy is, it's like that magnet that Fiona was saying, it's attracting it to me. So yeah, I'm just completely going all out and doing as much as I can, really. Yeah.
Love
it.
Also, I love what you said about take the pressure off yourself, because it's like a sponge. When you want something, you end up doing this and you squeeze it so tightly the water can't get in. Just by releasing that sponge, the water can soak in, and it's this whole ebb and flow thing. So, you know, you can't force something. I think too many people like a boomerang. You have a thought, you're looking for something, you're asking for meeting somebody, so it's like you throw that boomerang out, it will come back, you just let it go, rather than attach it. That those balls on the on the beach and they go like this. A lot of people have got attachment to that, so they're not truly trusting the universe and the outcome. Because remember, if you do everything, like Carol said and a couple of you said tonight, if you do everything you can, the universe will give you the things you aren't able to do. That's the difference. If you just know, if I do everything I can, like no rock unturned, you're in the leaves, you're looking for the RVP, you're turning over every leaf, some have got dog shit underneath, some of whatever, you're just turning over these leaves, and if I know from 2 months, if I turn over 48,000 leaves in month 1 and 48,000 leaves in month 2, I will find the region leaf, and I tell you what, even if something comes in and the wind blows all the leaves in the path in the park, and suddenly you're going, oh my god, I can't remember which leaf I turned over, I've got to go back to square one. You know what? Is it worth it? Hell yeah. Off you go again. The universe will give you it, and you don't even know where it's going to come from, because you've shown the power of that belief system. And that is exactly what happens, and it will happen to all of you here on the call. Because it's bigger than us. This is all bigger than us, but we've grown bigger businesses. So yeah, awesome.
Yeah, and I love that book, Ask and It's Given. I've read it twice now. It's amazing. And what I did last month, because I've just been so obsessed with that 48,000, I spoke to Danny and I was like, I'm just going to lower my goal to 20. I'm just going to lower my goal to 20,000 QB, and sort of suggested that to my team as well, because everybody was getting in that, oh my gosh, got to be an area manager, 10,000, 12,000, and all this pressure. And it actually resulted in us the month before not even maintaining our area, which is ridiculous. Like, we're more than able to do that. And then like last month, we obviously lowered the goal. We didn't hit area manager bonus, but we were very close. So it just completely, just by taking that pressure away, shifted the energy.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, I am all in and I'm doing this. And like, people are speaking to so many people. So there's 3 people that rogered, and one was like 200 QV away, and like she was working till midnight on the 15th to get that roger in. Like the month before, she was like, oh god, like really low energy. So yeah, I think that has really helped us.
Did the person not roger?
No, she was 200 QV away.
I'd have let her do it did she do it the next day?
No, she didn't do it until literally the last week.
Oh, I was going to say, if it had gone in the next day, I'd have allowed that still.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wouldn't be that cruel, but yeah.
What's region bonus? I've just gone completely blank. What is
60,000?
Yeah.
And sign ups 20.
30. Natalie, how is everything with you?
Okay, right. So it's been really, really hectic for me. I've been in such a low place, like really low, quite scary low, really. And it's scary low not because I'm in a place where I can't get out of it. It's just a place I've never been. So that's why it's scary. And it's to do with the house. Pregnancy is great. Pregnancy is amazing. Loving every minute of it. Feel completely and utterly blessed. So it's not that. And it's not like, I had someone say to me the other week, and they were like, oh yeah, you can get very hormonal when you're pregnant. You've probably got a touch of like, postnatal depression type thing, but prenatal, whatever. And I was like, no, like that is not even in the realm of how I'm feeling right now. It's just been crazy whirlwind with buying a house. The highs and lows in that have led me to be just in a low place altogether, really. And I think dealing with what I deal with generally anyway, Gary works away, does 3 weeks away and then 3 weeks home. And it is that feeling like a single mum, like you're on your own. And the children have, like, I've got 3 kids anyway, and they have really busy schedules. So it's trying to juggle that, trying to, be mindful that I am pregnant and that I do need to give myself the time to rest and relax, which I wasn't, and that's why I got myself in such a pickle. And then it's the kind of feeling like I was a bit of a failure, because obviously realizing that I needed to take a little bit of a step back to give myself that breathing time led me to feel like I was failing with my team, with my business. And I'm kind of, well, I'm over that now tonight. I wasn't fully, but I am tonight. Like, this call's massively helped me. And I think my biggest thing is, I know I'll get there. Like, I'm not a quitter. Like, I put a post on the other day. It was that Saturday I didn't, I wasn't able to make the Leadership Academy. And it was like a little thing to say, I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to quit this, what I'm doing. It's not, you know, it's not even in my mindset. It's just, I need to take a bit of time back, which I think sometimes people perceive that that's wrong, when I'm quite okay with it. Like, I've had to do it for my health and for my baby's health, and you know, and I'm okay with that now. I'm dealing with that, and I am mentally ready to move forward. I feel I've got a lot of work to do to move forward. Like, I need to massively submerge myself in personal development, like hugely beyond, because the last 3 months I haven't done any, and I'll openly say that I haven't done a drop. I put on The Secret last night and the night before, but fell asleep within, like, I don't know, 30 seconds. So I'm not doing it at the right time. So since we've moved here in this beautiful new house that I'm so grateful for, I'm able to walk to school, and it's a half an hour walk, which is fine. I absolutely love it. It's great for my exercise. It's, you know, it's given me a whole new inner feeling of just feeling like free, if that makes sense. So I need to be making sure I take my headphones and I do some personal development on the walk back. You know, it's half an hour. That's a great amount of time to be doing personal development. And I just need to believe in myself again. I've kind of lost my belief a little bit in me. And little things like, I haven't got any Wi-Fi at the minute, so I'm having to spend an absolute fortune on bolt-ons to my phone, because obviously I'm using all my data. So things like, I wanted to like get into, because I've gone a bit scared of doing a live again, which is completely not me, which is like unheard of for me. I need to get back into that, but it's like, until I've got my Wi-Fi set up, I can't consistently do that. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it consistently. So I need to kind of put that on hold a minute until I get my Wi-Fi hooked up and set up. It was in for the 6th, but then they put it back and they've not given me a date yet. So that's just on hold at the moment. But I know what I need to do. I know where I need to get mentally, and you know, I feel like I need to get in the place where I was when I was going to Area, which was complete love, abundance, just feeling on top of the world. And I'm not there yet. I know I'm not, but I don't think it will take me long to get there. And my biggest downfall is when I feel a bit low. And this is an issue that stemmed from like my childhood. When I feel a bit low, I kind of close myself in from everybody. So although I know that I need to be amongst people, and you know, another big thing of mine is the WhatsApp groups and things like that, I kind of think, oh my gosh, like I'll just hide and I don't read it. And I know I need to, because I need to be a part of it to get my energy back high and lifted. But I get to a place where I just feel like I need to close myself away, because I know it's from my childhood, but I need to get a new mentor. Like it's got to happen. Like I know I need to do that, and I need to bloody get it done, because the one I've got is just not helping me at all at the moment. So
You're not talking about me, by the way.
Yeah, she's shit. She's absolutely shocking. So I need to do that, because that's kind of left me in a bad place as well. So yeah, any kind of advice on that I'd be grateful for. If anyone's working with someone that's really, really good and professional. And
I don't have any advice for a new mentor, but I was saying to Natalie, and while Fiona's on the call, this is a great chance to say this. I was saying to Natalie, it's totally normal to change mentors every now and again. And Fiona, you're in the process right now of changing your mentor from Suki, aren't you?
Yeah.
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 Even Anita said that to me. The lady I'm working with, she said that's normal. That's what you do. You outgrow your coach, and then you find somebody to take you to the next level.
Yeah.
They give you what they can give you.
That's
so
right.
I'm friends with Anita, and I had a
Bloody
different-
amazing. At first, I was really unsure. I was a bit like, she's a bit like giving me
She
too much.
swears
of
a lot, which
Yeah,
if you don't like that, then
No, so that don't bother me. I've been brought up with that.
Yeah,
but
same.
I was just like, at the first 2 sessions were like mind blowing, and then I was like, I don't think I'm getting anywhere. Like nothing's changing, and then all of a sudden she kicked me right in the guts, and I was like, and then had a big revelation.
yeah.
So I think she's good at digging deep.
Yeah. See, I feel like he was the person that I was working with was great at that point where I was at when I went area.
Yeah, you've outgrown.
But now he's not helping me. He's hindering me massively.
Yeah.
And I need to.
Yeah.
But I'm in a bit of a predicament where we've grown a friendship, which is more his side than mine, if that makes sense, without being rude. And he's very reluctant to let that slip in any way, shape, or form.
Your friendship can stay, obviously.
Yeah. But
you just need your push from somewhere else.
I do massively.
And also, if that
massively.
friendship isn't serving you, don't feel obliged to
ditch him.
Yeah.
Or somebody else.
Rebecca, ditch
him! Bin him off!
Yeah, I think there's probably more to this than you want to talk about right now.
That's fine.
That's fine. But don't feel like you have to be his friend. If he's not helping you, you don't owe him anything.
No,
so.
I know that. I just, I do know that. I've just got in a place where I'm finding it very hard to shift him, if that makes sense. He's kind of like there all the time and doesn't let me breathe, if that makes sense.
I think he's obviously completely in love with you.
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I bet he is though. I bet he is. This happens all the time. You know, when you get close to somebody and then get rid.
Oh, I don't need that head. Yeah. But anyway, that aside, it's happening, but I just need to work on myself, and I need to.
Well, give Anita a call and just see if you get that connection. If you don't, move on.
Is that who you use, Jen? Anita?
No. I use a lady called Chrissy. Chrissy has a completely different style to Anita, and she was right for me at the time. But I feel like I've just come to the end of my sessions with Chrissy. I feel like she's given me everything that I needed at that point.
Yeah.
So now I'm not even sure about going back to Jerry, actually. I've been listening to Jerry's calls again, and he was brilliant before, but I just needed that one-to-one mindset. Whereas now I feel like my mindset's in a good place. But I'm not discounting getting a coach again. But just right now, I'm not looking for one. But I've got lots of friends who are coaches, and lots of like female empowerment coaches rather than a business type coach. Because for me, business coaches like Danny and Fiona are my business coaches. They know this business inside out, back to front. If I've got a problem with the business side, they're the ones I go to. But mindset wise, sometimes it just needs someone to dig deeper and do those meditations and visualizations.
Yeah.
And all that.
Anita's good at that, because is Kelly with Anita as well, isn't she? And that's how I got to know Anita, I think.
Right. So Stacey, could you send me Anita's number if that's okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, my lovely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll happen, but it just might take me a little bit longer than what I anticipated, because I wanted to be there before the baby came. So yeah, but I'm okay with that. I'll just get on with it, and it takes me however long it takes me. To be honest, I don't get bogged down by that anymore. At the end of the day, it's a journey, and I want to enjoy it. And for the last month I've been in a bit of a hellhole place, ready to ditch that now and get out of it and get back to my comfort zone, which is being, you know, what I am all the time, which is happy and in a place of love.
Oh, you get that, darling.
I know.
Sour with him.
Have you done the
Yeah.
miracles, Natalie?
I started it, didn't I, when I went to Vegas. I started it that day. I got on the plane and didn't complete it. So you were consistently completing it every day, and I was just looking at you thinking, nah, I'm going in the sun.
I started it and got to day 15. I've had to restart it.
Yeah, I need to. There's so many things that I need to restart and do. I want to do my miracle mornings again, and you know, lots and lots of different things that I need to do. I've got a hard job to do, but I'll do it.
One thing at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last person then, before we end the call, Stacey, how was all that for you? Obviously, you're our newest area manager. How was all that sort of plan going region? Anything you want to talk about before we end the call?
No, just I'm really excited. I've got 2 or 3 more sessions I think, with Anita, and we're really going through what I need, and she gives me tips of what I need to do and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I'm excited. Well excited. It's amazing. I love the fact that we can get on these calls and
did it help having a business plan? Because I know you specifically with the one.
I needed to know exactly what I needed to do. So now, like, I like that 12,000 a week thing and the launch. I knew. Do you know what it is? Everyone knows what they got to do because we've done it to get to area. Do you know what I mean? It's just that yeah, you can do it, and this is what you've got to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that, yeah. But we know we can do it. Easy. Like we've got it going on. Do you know what I mean? It's just the fact that you just got to do it.
Yeah. And just remember the 80-20% rule as well. That's a nice guide to do 12,000 a week. But obviously, do you know what? You know it's going to come, and it's going to come, like I said, if there's suddenly the leaves blow, or the wind blows all the leaves in the parking, and like, oh gosh, you know. So, and what I tend to find, and I hear this, excuse me, again and again, month 1, people fly. From month 2, the first week, bang, the wall. And they're like, why is it the first week of the second month of promotion, people hit the wall? It's bizarre. I know it's there at some point, and know you're gonna go straight through it, you know. As well, or if it's water and rock, you go around under, and I know it's there to test you. It's not there because it's meant to be easy, right?
Yes.
So you know, understand. So, and if your energy is just keep going, building, on that last day, you'll have however many left to do. Or like you said, you complete a day before, which actually is much more advisable. But I knew my gut, like
have the month end a day early, definitely.
Yeah.
That was bloody genius.
Yeah, but it's what you know, isn't it? You know how it's going to be, right?
Yeah. Do it a day early, in my case anyway.
And one thing that Oldie said today, which was brilliant actually, so going region should be like planning your wedding. She said, you're going to set the date. You're not going to change that date just because other people aren't going to be able to come. You know, you're going to get married on that day. You're going to go region that day. So plan it to the day and it will happen. But be really, you know, she said, plan it to them methodically as if it was as important as your wedding day.
Good tip.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and if people don't show up, then, you know, tough shit on them. Yeah, ditch them.
Ditch them! Bin them out!
And I also, by the way, got very good at at manifesting pictures in my mind of the car presentation, what I was wearing, underwear, the jewellery.
I've been doing that. It's great.
That was massive for me, rather than the numbers. Yeah, I knew there was a number there, but it was a picture of the feeling of how I would feel in my car presentation. That was more where I put my energy as well. So.
Thank you.
Go and choose your underwear, girls.
Woo! I've already been thinking about that, and I was like, I really want a white dress, but I can't have a white dress.
Just go
with a picture
commando.
with a white car.
You can.
I did.
Right? Did ya?
Yeah, mine's a white dress.
Okay.
White
so I was
car.
thinking, I want a long white dress. I know exactly what I want. I just feel different.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just feel I've had some really massive revelations that have been fucking painful, but I got it.
Growing pain.
No. Yeah, they've been so painful.
Stretch marks. You're giving birth to a region.
Yeah, and it's just
Oh.
I got enough of them, right? But yeah, I just
Actually,
feel
when
like
you have your baby, you have to call her region.
no,
Regina's.
no, we had, what was it?
Our Bonnie.
Our Bonnie for a little girl, and what was it for a little boy?
call him Reginald.
No, what was it for a little boy?
Stian.
No,
Oh, that's
Izzy.
lovely.
I can't remember what it was. We picked it out and we were like, oh, that is hilarious. But actually, it's going to be Teddy, because we are having a boy, but we're calling him Teddy.
Oh, it's a little boy you're having.
Yeah, I'm having a little boy. I know. So I've got I'll have 2 of each, which is very, very
that's
lucky.
lovely.
Couldn't plan that any better.
No,
So
amazing.
yeah. Do you want to know something to end on really funny? Well, it wasn't funny this morning, but last night I went to bed. I stripped off in the night because I was really, really hot. And at the moment, I've got no curtains or blinds in my bedroom, but that out there is a main road. So I stood up this morning, totally oblivious to the fact that I've got no curtains and blinds, and sort of did a bit of a stretch, and I got this beep 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 outside, and I was like, oh, I jumped down. I was like, oh my gosh. So someone got an absolute eyeful this morning. Don't know who.
Was it your coach?
Oh. No, hopefully not.
Oh, darling, that's so
I was mortified, but I kind of found it funny at the end. But I was a bit like at first, and I was like, "Oh well, at least he didn't crash."
A bit like when I unleashed the boobs on the bloody whole of Zoom. How embarrassing!
Was it you?
was that?
Oh yeah,
That was so embarrassing.
Just remember these big, and I remember Jennifer Cowie, your face going, no, and also Jane Brown, you were going.
That was a different
No,
one.
that was a different one. I didn't see Stacey.
Whose were
No,
those tits then? They were huge.
they were Francesca Gregory's. She came out the shower, didn't she? And then she didn't realise the camera was off and put her face on the camera as well.
oh no way, unlucky. Oh dear.
Okay, that is definitely ending on a high. So I'm just going to end this call. I probably won't load it unless anyone wants it loading. If they do, I'll just load it privately. We're all on it, so there's no one else that needs to see. You just let me know in the chat. So yeah, that's it. Fiona, any final thoughts?
Cecilia Stoll says you will never promote a day too soon. Just know it's a journey. Have a lot of fun. Enjoy yourselves. And you know what? Just know you're going to get there and just go for it. That's it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Love you all.
Yeah.
Love